Hello, welcome everyone. I want to do a video today where we just have a bit of a chat really, because over the last few days we've been streaming the stretch goals on the Division 2. We've been grinding hard and there's been a lot of discussion about the stretch goals and how hard the grind is. And also on the videos that I've been releasing, there's been a lot of debate in the comments section as well. So I thought it might be a good discussion point. A few people have been asking for my opinion, so I thought I'll put it in a video and we'll discuss it. Now, this is just my opinion. No one's right or wrong with their opinion. So please, let's not let's have healthy debate in the comments. Let's make sure we keep it healthy. But yeah, in short, are the current stretch goals, is it too much of a grind? In short, yes. But at the same time, should they just be giving you the items? No. They shouldn't. There's got to be a grind. In my opinion, this game is a looter shooter. Looter shooters, there is a grind. There's got to be a grind. The grind's one of the ways to keep you playing the game because they'll give you items that you want, you grind for them, and the reward is that you get them at the end. And that grind needs to be quite rewarding. And the idea is that the grind is fun. Now, this is where I think the current stretch goals are failing because I don't think the grind is that fun. And on top of that, it's very hard to get the items that you want. So let's have a think about the current stretch goals and what people want. Now, there is the Lexington that came back. Now, we've got to remember as well, the Lexington was an item that it was meant to be a one-off drop for people that are still playing the game. It's for veterans. And we knew at the time that it was never going to work out like this because people that come back to the game are going to want it. They kind of re-released it once after the initial release because of a bug as well that sort of happened where people didn't get a hold of it. But as time went on, more and more people wanted the Lexington because it's quite a powerful weapon. So this is like item number 1 on the current stretch goals. They've just added this to the stretch goals, and now people are grinding the game because they want the Lexington that they don't have a hold of. And it's and the issue is it's very, very hard to get. So you got this farm, you got these stretch goals, you got 3 weeks to do it. But I don't know, it's gonna take around anywhere between, if you're efficient, 2 to 4 hours to open 5 of these summer swarm caches, and there's 3% chance of getting a Lexington every time you open one. So it's a very low drop rate, and there's got to be people that just can't get it, and I think that is a problem. I think you want to grind, you want people to grind, but at the end of the day you want them to get their reward for grinding, and you've also got to kind of balance it you can't balance it entirely for like super casual players, but you want casual players to have a chance and to be able to get it as well. So yeah, in its current form, I think there's definitely some adjustments that I needed. I hear you. I heard the people that come into my chat and they're saying, they only get the weekend to play. They're never going to be able to get this. I think if you spend enough time, even if it's just a weekend over the next 3 weeks, there's a good chance you can get it. It is a low chance, but there is a chance. And but yeah, there's going to be some people that just don't. And I feel ya. I do feel ya. But in terms of like giving the Lexington to you, there's lots of people saying it was given before, they just give it this time. I don't think so. I think the grind is needed, as I've already mentioned. Now, other items that people want, there's a turmoil knee pads. These are even less of a chance. Like Lexington is boosted, so if people want the turmoil knee pads right now, I think that's 0.5% per cache is what someone said. You got that chance of getting the turmoil knee pads. And then there's like the raid exotics as well, the exclusive exotics. That is a 0.5% chance per summer swarm cache that you get one of those exclusive exotics, and I think that's exactly right. I'm actually against releasing these exclusive exotics into the loot pools. I think they should just be locked behind the raids. That's my opinion. So the fact that they bring them out is a good thing, I guess, but it should be a very, very low chance. It should just be given to people, and that should be something that you're lucky to get. So there's some elements that are really well, there's some elements that I think work very bad, and on top of that, there's just so many items. So we've got lots of different loot pools. We've got the loot pool for the new Summer Swarm event items. That's the Wasp outfit. There's patches, there's weapon skins, there's a backpack trophy. Now, every cache you open at the Summer Swarm event is a 50% drop chance of getting one of these items. And to be fair, even casual people are going to get that out the way over the next 3 weeks. Not a problem. The next loot pool then, I believe, is the loot pool that has some of the seasonal exotics in. I think is that a 10% chance on that one? I think it is. And then you've also then got the loophole where the Lexington is in with all of the other sort of holiday items. And that again is a 10% chance that you get one of those bonus items. And then it goes to the exclusive exotic items, which are 0.5%. And it's just so many. So if you think about it, the problem you got is that you've opened caches, you got, and let's just talk about the Lexington again. You're opening caches and you're getting that 10% chance that you're going to get something out of the Lexington pool. And then when you hit that and you get that bonus and you get that pool, it's then only, well, for the Lexington, because it's boosted, 30% chance to get a Lexington, but there's still so many other items. The terminal knee pads, there's the Slayer, there's the Snowflake knee pads, whatever they are, there's the O'Carroll, there's just the Chill Out mask, there's the Festive Delivery backpack. There's so many items in that pool. And it's the same again with the raid exclusives. Imagine getting that drop of that 0.5% drop to get one of those exclusive raid exotics potentially, and you get the provocateur chest piece. So I think there's definitely some work I feel they need to do around these stretch goals. I don't think we're going to see it in the next 3 weeks, but going forward, I'd like to think that there is some sort of rework to not remove the grind, but make it more fair, I want to say. And I think one of the problems we got is last season when they first did the stretch goals, they were entirely broken. So last season we had a bug which I encountered where I would complete all the 10 tiers to open all the caches. And then after I open all the caches, I complete one more mission and I got all 10 again. I had all my rewards within few hours. It was insane. And then there was another bug last time where you could forcefully just keep on opening cache after cache after cache without doing anything. So last time we were really spoiled, and because of that, I don't think they got the feedback that they probably needed for the balancing of the stretch goals. So when the stretch goals came out for this season, they fixed all of the bugs, which is great. But now they're going to get the true feedback of, what is the balancing like? How are people farming this? Is it right? Is it wrong? And hopefully I'd like to think that Massive will see that the balancing is a little bit off. It is a little bit too hard for some items, and how they go about fixing it, if they do, because I do think it needs some tweaking. I don't know how they do that. I certainly hope they don't just decide to give people all these items, so there needs to be that grind. But I was talking to people in chat, and my opinion is, imagine a vendor. So if you think of global events, you have a vendor. If you think of Descent, you have like a Descent vendor. What if we had a stretch goal vendor? In this stretch goal vendor, you had all the different loopholes. So you had your stretch goal loophole where you got the Wasp outfit, you've got all those rewards, the patches, weapon skins, the backpack trophy. So that'd be like one tier. Then you'd have another tier that would have the seasonal exotics. You'll have another tier that has all the seasonal items like the Caretaker, the Lexington, and all of that. Then you'd have another tier then for the exclusive exotics, and there'd be like tier 1, 2, 3, 4, say. And then when you're doing your farm and you open these like Summer Swarm caches, rather than getting items out of them, you got a resource out of them that you could then go and spend at the vendor. And with that resource, that'll be what the drop rate is. So you could have a tier 1, 2, 3, 4 resource. Again, just an idea. I don't even think this is possible, but I like this idea. And so imagine the tier 1 resource is a 50% drop rate. The tier 2 resource is 10, tier 3 resource is 10, tier 4 resource is 0.5. And you keep on farming these, and what you're farming for is the resource to spend in the vendor rather than the items. And what that would mean is say you are looking for the Lexington, which is in the tier 3 at the vendor, and you're looking for a tier 3 resource, which is a 10% drop chance out of these caches. All of a sudden, the Lexington, rather than being a 3% chance per cache, becomes a 10% chance per cache, because if you get that resource for the tier that you want to spend at the vendor, you can then go to the vendor and select what item you want from that tier. I think something like that would be brilliant, and that would be great as well for like the exclusive exotics too. Like imagine you get the 0.5% tier 4 resource, which is very, very rare, but it drops for you. You get that resource. It's then not random. You could take that resource to the vendor, enter the tier 4 part of that vendor, and pick whatever exotic you want. So if you were looking for the Eagle Bearer, you could have that. Regulus, you could have that. So it's no longer a 0.5% chance for something random from that pool, 0.5% chance for the resource to go and spend at the vendor to select what you want. I think it'd be an awesome way of doing it. I thought I'd share that because I don't know if a developer watches this, but if there's anything like that could be done, I think that balances it perfectly, because then you're still going to have that grind where you need to keep on grinding to get these resources, but then when people get them, rather than getting something they don't want, they can target what they do want with it. I think it'd work brilliantly. Keep the grind, make it easier, kind of what I think should be happy with what is needed with the stretch goals. But that's my opinion. That's where I'm at with it. I think another note, if they could just make it a little bit more fun, it would help as well. Like we've been grinding Army Terminal over and over in a group. The other way I've been doing it is priority objectives, strongholds, missions over and over. And they're like the two most efficient ways. Like if I'm playing solo, it's priority objectives. If I'm playing in a group, it makes sense to do Army Terminal in Brooklyn because it's the one that rewards you the most season XP. And as a group, just replaying that mission, everybody gets it. Whereas priority objectives is kind of solo. Not everybody gets that. And that's what we've been doing. It's just getting really tedious. Like, I'd love to raid. We raid all the time. Imagine if raids gave good season XP. I could do what I wanted to do while earning this XP. It'd become a lot more fun. We were doing countdown before, and we thought, I wonder how much heroic countdown gave you. It gave us nothing. Challenging countdown gave us some, but heroic one gave us nothing. It's just like they did some changes a while ago with the seasonal XP, and they tried to make it so like there's more of a range of activities you could do. But I feel like more tweaks of that, if they could, would benefit as well. If they could just make that grind more fun, so you're not kind of just forced to grind priority objectives. Like, they are good. I do enjoy priority objectives, but they can just get tedious doing the same thing over and over. Army Terminal's great for a little bit, but again, after a couple of days of doing Army Terminal, I'm kind of burnt with it. And it's like, what do I do? Like today, I've been spending a bit of time on Countdown. I've spent a bit of time in the Dark Zone, but it's a slow grind. Like in the Dark Zone, doing landmarks, that'd be really fun. But you get like just over 200 seasonal XP for a heroic landmark, and then I think it's like 100 and something for a challenging, and normal landmark's 89. It's just so slow. Like just a real slow grind. It's not efficient at all. So if I was someone that enjoyed going around the Dark Zone, I'm just not going to do it because, you know, the reward's terrible. I'm going to be forced to go and do something I don't really want to do. So that's another aspect that I think they could also tweak. Not only like how you get the rewards, but if they could also tweak the seasonal XP that you get from certain activities, like especially add some seasonal XP on raids, on the incursion, buff that a little bit maybe. That would also really help. Like just let people have more seasonal XP, even if it was as well. Like they had the ×2 event to get you to season level 100 right now. So when the stretch goals start, for people needing to catch up to the stretch goals, they give you ×2 just to get you there quicker. Maybe just keep, you know, when you are in stretch goals, just have that enhanced rate. Have like a ×2, ×3 just to enhance it so people are just opening more as well. That's something else that could happen. Just let people open more for the time invested. Like if I am just focusing on the most efficient way, it's going to take me at least 2 to 4 hours to get all the 10 tiers done to open 5 of those Summer Swarm caches. That's like, it's a long time. For a casual player, 2 to 4 hours. Like, if you wanted to farm daily and try and get 10 open a day, not everybody's going to be able to do that. And with all the rates at the minute, the drop rates, it is really rough. So that's where I'm at. Like I said, a lot of people have been discussing this in my streams and on my comments, and people are really debating this right now. You have the people that are saying it should be a grind. You have the people that feel like we should be given this stuff. I even see people quitting the game because they feel like they're giving people raid exotics and handing them out when they should be earned. So much stuff I'm seeing. And it's just like, for one, with the raid exotics, people certainly ain't being given them. 0.5% per cache is going to be very unlikely. And that's just for the pool as well. Like, I don't mind how they've done that, to be honest with you. But there's definitely some adjustments needed. But at the same time, I think they do need to keep it a grind. It's a looter shooter. The grind's important. And I've been playing the Division 1 a lot recently, and the grind on that is so much fun. So if you can make the grind fun, then the grind's worth it. And make sure that people can get what they're after at the end. It's basically where the balancing has got to finish. It's got to be fun. People need to get what they want for the time that they invest. Right now, I don't think it's quite ticking that. But I think with some adjustments and some feedback that they get from this season's stretch goals, hopefully next time they are much better. Fingers crossed. But that's my opinion. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like, discuss down below, and remain respectful. And look forward to reading your comments, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.